Hey guys, how's it going? My name is Lois, and welcome back to Project Ozone 2. In the last episode, we were working on, making more dire crafting stuff. Specifically, we were working towards the transmutation table, which I can get rid of this. I'll get to that in a second. And the dire auto crafting table, which is going to be really useful very soon. So the sooner we can make that, the better. Now, I went ahead and hooked up the compressed Gaia, which is why you saw the NOT gate in my search history. I have that all stuff just kind of running. Everything is good with that. As you can see over here, we have, all this stuff. We have 1,700 compressed cobblestone, octuple compressed cobblestone rather, and that's pretty important. So we'll get to what we're gonna do with that stuff later, as in like not this episode, because right now I'm just kind of trying to get some stuff kind of stockpiled and working a little bit on eternal singularities. That's one of the biggest things. So last episode I had talked about kind of the current goal for what we're doing is to get the infinity armor. I would love to have the infinity armor before we head off to go fight the Chaos Dragons, or Chaos Guardians, whatever. Same difference. They are, nope, not Project E, Lambda. The Chaos Guardians, yeah. I'd really like to have the infinity armor, because it protects you 100% from all that stuff. And it'd be nice to have, I'll be honest. So I did some math, I know, awful. And this is what we're going to need. So it's going to require, and I have the math right beside me as well, we're going to need in total 69 infinity ingots to make the armor. And that turns into, plus all of the infinity catalysts, neutronium, and crystal matrices that are required in the actual armor. That turns into 763 infinity catalysts, which is almost 12 stacks, and a ton of neutronium, and a good bit of crystal ingots. Well, I have all of the other stuff. I literally just need the infinity catalyst, and that's the problem. So 12 stacks of infinity catalyst means 12 stacks of internal singularities. Now, there is the off chance that we'll be able to do something really cool, and I kind of want to see if we can. I'll get to that later, but we might be able to cheese the infinity ingots. I highly doubt it, but we might be able to. So one of the big problems with the infinity catalysts is, other than the internal singularities, those are just going to take time, to be honest. I need to run the cobblestone generator, aka run the mob farm, and hope that we get enough cobblestone that I can make the eternal singularities rather. And for the most part, almost everything else is EMCable or able to be EMCable. And really the only things that we need to worry about, I guess they are in here, aren't they? The only other things that we really need to worry about is, so Gaia Spirit ingots we can get now. Unstable ingot blocks are actually really easy. We can mass produce those. Awakened Draconium is easy, and the Vibrantium is really easy. The only thing that's not that simple anymore is the runes. So Botania runes are kind of our sticking point. That's going to be the longest thing. Almost everything else is EMCable, or we have an easy way to get it. So quite literally, we just need to get all of the other stuff. With the runes and the eternal singularities, and we'll be good to go. Because even the other Avarchi, how do you say that mod? The other cosmic stuff, the ultimate stew, most of this is EMCable. The few things that aren't, we can get fairly easily, and we get 9 for each of those, so that's not too bad. The cosmic meatballs, the only thing that's not is the raw meat. That's not that awful to do, and everything else is pretty much EMCable except for the chance isohedrons, which we are getting those from our mob farm. So we have 2,000 of those. So that's not a big deal. So basically, we need to automate Botania. And I'd like to automate two things with Botania. I'd like to automate the Pure Daisies and the runes, the Runic Altar. And I think I've got a way to do the Runic Altar fairly easily. It shouldn't be too awful. The Runic Altar is a little bit nice with redstone, so hopefully we can do it. I am going to be doing this on the fly, so apologies. It might we might struggle and it might not be perfect. But I'd also like to automate the floating daisies, the Pure Daisies, and I don't want to use Applied Energistics. The reason for that is it's a pain. Like, we might use it for, like, requesting, but to do, like, the actual, you can automate it with formation planes and annihilation planes, and I hate doing that method because it requires subnetworks, and it's really complicated applied energistic stuff that I always have to look up. So we're not going to do it that way. We're going to do it kind of a more simple way. But I did get an Infinity Star, which we need 6 of those for the transmutation table. We need 2 of them for the dire crafting table. I'd rather get the dire crafting table first, I think. So we'll go ahead and put that in there. I guess we need 3, not 2. Let's put that one there. So yeah, that's not that awful. It's just gonna take some time. Anyways, let's get on with automation. So first things first, we can go ahead and turn our item dislocator on. And for the fun of it, let's go ahead and get octuple compressed cobblestone running through. I still don't know where the cobblestone went last episode. I have a feeling that I lost power or something messed up and it didn't save or something like that. So that's probably what happened. I haven't had any issues since, so that's fine. Do we have any living? Nope. Okay. So what are we going to need to do? Well, it's actually pretty simple. Do we have... We don't have much living wood, but we do have a bit of living rock, and I think we need a mana pearl to make the Runic Altar. We're going to only use 1. You'll see why soon enough, and we're going to need a mana pool. We're actually going to need 2, maybe? No, I think we can live with 1. We're also going to need some living wood, so let's go ahead and get some logs. Doesn't really matter. We'll use jungle wood. And we'll get this turned into living wood. So I just want something that's going to be pretty much automatic for this. Because it's just kind of a pain to do this. And I never get around to doing it all that often. So it's going to be easier just to have that automatic. And we'll probably put the Pure Daisies up here. So we'll pop down here. And what we're going to need is, let's see, we're going to put this like over here, I guess. Doesn't really matter. We can put that last, actually. So our Runic Altar needs to be placed down somewhere. This looks like enough room. And the way the Runic Altar works is we need 3 things. So we need a comparator, because this actually outputs signals. If we look at the Lexica Botania, it talks about, last but not least, attaching a comparator will emit a signal strength of 1 if the altar is accepting mana, and a signal strength of 2 if it's ready to craft the rune. That is what we need. So it will put a 1 when it drops items, and it will put 2 when it's ready to get the craft. So we can be smart about that and do some really cool things. Now, we're going to want some really good mana spreaders. Mana spreader. We're going to want, let's just go all out. Let's get the top tier. If we have any, I mean, we can always do just, we need Dreamwood. I have some Dreamwood. Alright, and anything else we need? Elementium, we have plenty of that, and then some sort of petal. Doesn't matter. Alright, so let's get the Elven Mana Spreader. That should be good enough. I don't think we'll need the top tier. We also have some lenses we can put on. We can even put on, like, can't we, like, no. If we look at it with our wand, I think. Yeah, potency and velocity. So we have velocity lenses. We'll probably use a velocity lens just to make it go faster. That'll be fine. So we have a mana spreader. That's good. We're going to need this in a little bit. Let's see, what else? We just need to make a couple of open crates. So we'll make one. Let's go ahead and make two. So I'm trying to think. We're going to need... Yeah, we're going to need two. One for the mana pool, one for the Runic Altar. So this is pretty straightforward. What we need to do is we need to pull the signal off of this and have an open crate like above it. That should be good. And then we just pump items into that as needed. We'll have a mana spreader. I think the mana spreader will go like here-ish along this line. So we'll want to keep some room. I'm going to just mark this with torches for now. And one of the key parts is the ME interface. We're going to be putting it in blocking mode so that it will basically look to see if there's anything in the chests next to it. So it will only put things in the chest if it's empty. And that's what we want. So let's just get a chest. It doesn't need to be that big of a, like, it's not that big of a deal. And that is what we're going to use. And you know what? Let's actually put it on the other side so it's closer to, so I don't have to run as many cables. We'll put it like here with an ME interface on blocking mode. Do not push crafting items if inventory contains items. So if this contains items, it will not put anything else for any other recipes. That is crucial, because what we're going to do is we're going to basically regulate when this sends items, and we can do that a couple of different ways. One of the ways we could do it is with just a timer and have this run every so often. So basically we put something like this and just tell it active with signal, put a timer on there, and then yeah, it only runs when it's active. So that is an idea. The other thing we're going to need is an autonomous activator with a wand. So that is all we need to activate. So do we have any autonomous activators? No. So we're going to need to make one of those. Actually, maybe. Okay, we're going to need to make one of those. So an autonomous activator is not that hard to make. Actually, it's harder than I thought it would be. Give me my crescent hammer back. Let's make another crescent hammer. We're going to need some diamond gears. Which means we're going to need gold gears. Okay, let's just get gold times 8. Are you making gears? You are. Okay, that'll give us the gold gears. Let's see what else we're going to need. We're going to need these guys. 1, 2. We're going to need a copper chest. Pretty straightforward. Nothing too complicated. So copper chest, and then the diamond gears. 1, 2. An autonomous activator. Now we duplicate it a bunch. And we only need one, but I mean, who cares? Let's just make a bunch because we can. Now the other thing we're going to actually need is another wand of the forest. So that is pretty easy. Now here's the question. Are these the autonomous activators that require... we'll see. So like this. Is it 2 or is it 3? Recipe, it is 3 and it's 2. Okay, I had that backwards. 2 petals, 3 twigs. So with this, we just put the autonomous activator, like so. And it does require power. That's a little bit annoying, but we're going to be using first slot only. It is... Ooh, we need augments on it. We need redstone control. So, do we have any of those just lying around? Integrated servo, no. Okay. We need the redstone control, which is very, very, very easy to make. We just need some tin nuggets. And we'll make one of these. Cool. So that'll allow us to kind of control when it gets the signal to do the things it needs to do. And I guess we'll also get a servo controller. Because I think that's the sightedness. No, that's the modular reconfiguration thing. There. And that's golden tin. Okay, easy. They're really cheap because they are usually included in machines. I don't know why it's not in this one, but there's the tabs we wanted. We don't want anything, and then this will be, we'll put it on high. So only, right click? Yeah, right click, when this is needed. So here's what we'll do. We need a comparator. We need some insulated conduit. And this should be about it for the redstone. Actually, we're going to need one more piece of redstone. And the last thing we're going to have to deal with is getting the living rock on there. So that will need another insertion thing. But that shouldn't be too much of a problem. We can just activate a supply of it, basically. And you know what? That could be something as easy as that. We just have to connect that with a redstone signal. And we'll put that on green, extract, that's fine. So we'll just have living rock, we'll have, yeah, that'll be good. I know what we're going to do with that. So we do need a piece of redstone. And let's see, let's get some redstone, some actual redstone, because what's going to happen is this will send a signal of 1, so, and 2. So if we do just that, basically what we can do is we can pull each of those signals, and if we make them different colors, then that should be everything we need. We just need to put redstone on these, and then connect them. So this can get green, strong signal, as well as this one. And that's extract active with signal. And then this one can have, when it's accepting mana, it will send a signal. And that's the only thing. So, how do we do that part? This might be a little bit different than I think. So we'll just go ahead and tell this red strong signal and see what happens. So actually we need to invert that, I think. Okay, so how do we do this? This is where it's going to get kind of a struggle. But anyways, we should be able to go ahead and put like the mana pool over here. That should be enough room to do the other thing. We're going to need another thing with that, so we can bind that to the Runic Altar. We'll go ahead and put the lens on there. And yeah, so this isn't going to extract any items until we tell it not to. So what's happening is, what we want to happen is we want items to extract from here until this starts doing a recipe. And once it starts doing a recipe, it activates that. Oh, well, that's easy then. We just switched this to active without signal, and we'll see if that works. So last thing we need to do is get a crafting card. Crafting card. We'll have to make one of those. Crafting card from Applied Energistics. We just need a basic card. Of course, we don't have any basic ones. Golden chipsets. Really? I never automated that. Okay, so that is just redstone and gold. Let's get like I don't know, half a stack of those. We'll have to automate that at some point as well. We'll get half a stack of both of those. So the other thing we're gonna want to do, just go ahead and do this and get the golden chipsets going. So the other thing we're gonna have to do probably, so we'll need that. Let's get some Applied Energistics conduits. Get this hooked up. We do have plenty of channels. We need 2 channels over here. We have a total of like, well, we have like 24 channels in total, and these are dense cables. So we have all of that until up here, and it looks like we're only using 2 channels over here. So we have plenty of channels. We just send this up here. And how do we want to do the mana, automatic mana stuff? That is the other question, to be perfectly honest. We need to get... We're going to set up something probably similar to this with the pentometer. And I think what I'm going to do is probably change how that is. Because we can do subtraction mode, I think. I don't know. I'll figure something out. I'll do something similar to this. But I don't know with how often this is going to run. I kind of want to have it automatically fill up. So what we could do is just put... so what we're going to end up doing is... we get a bunch of living rock. We don't have enough to really like warrant it. I guess let's just get 8 and let's do 16. So we'll configure it to have 16 of those, and then we'll get like a stack of the what are they called, blacker lotuses. We'll get a stack of these. You know what, can we get some storage upgrades for that specific drawer, because I would love to have more of these. There we go. Okay, so what we're gonna have is we'll probably need a filter for living rock, and that's about it. So see, this will be, how do we want to do this? Just go ahead and filter this with, oh no, better idea. We'll just blacklist this for blacker lotuses, and then we'll keep a stack of them in here, and that will automatically fill up. So this will never send out the blacker lotuses. We'll just need to put some conduits to the other open crate, and we just need to kind of have that redstone in it as well. It might be good to do another line, a different color. and filter that. In which case we could just take that out, put that in there, and then for this one we'll just change this to brown, always active, filter, only blacker lotuses. That should work just fine. And then we'll go ahead and put open crate like so. And then this will need a redstone conduit thing. We'll change that to black for blacker lotuses, and probably want that to be in out as well. And I guess this could be active with signal, or yeah, active with signal. And then we'll have the pentameter, the comparator, all that kind of stuff over here. And this will just feed into a tiny chest. I think will be the best way to do that, just so we don't have too many. So that is just a chest that is broken up into 9 tiny ones. They only hold a single stack, so that will make it a little bit more... actually, no, we don't want to do it that way. We'll want a hopper that's filtered, so never mind on that. We'll just get a hopper, and we can just fill that one up as needed. So we'll get the tiny chest back into a normal chest. Let's get the hopper. And I will set something up like the other thing. So we should be able to make our crafting card now. Basic card. Crafting card. And that's going to be important because it'll allow us to automatically craft the living rock. So yeah, we'll have a hopper on this guy. And we don't have to do it above, we can actually do it to the side. We want to make sure that things are lit up down here. So yeah, we'll have just this kind of system. I will finish the rest of this in a moment, but before we do, I want to talk about this stuff up here. And then we'll kind of test everything and make sure it all works. So we're going to need another interface. And I think how I want to do this is, I would love to see if we can get like block breakers that actually have filters. I don't know if any of them do, because that's the big problem, is like we need to have something that is going to break the blocks without breaking anything else. So I'll tell you guys what, let me go ahead and finish up this part. I'll get the mana generation type stuff finished, and we can kind of test this to see if it works. And then I will figure out what I want to do for this, because that is puzzling right now. I really don't want to use Applied Energistics. We don't have Steve's, what are they called? Inventory cables. I don't think we have Steve's Factory Manager, which is another really good way to automate Botania. There are other ways, obviously. Botania is a really cool mod because everything is automatable in Botania with Botania and vanilla mechanics completely. So even like this complex setup is completely automatable with just Botania and vanilla. So it's really kind of cool, but it's not something I plan on doing with the... I've done it once before with the Pure Daisies, but it's very complicated and kind of messy. So I'm going to figure out something with that. I'm going to finish the other two, and then we'll come back in just a moment. So be right back. Alrighty then, so sometime later, and well, potential good news. So I have done a little bit of work down here. So one thing I want to note is I put a solar panel right here. That might get moved up like one block in a moment, but we'll see. So that is powering the autonomous activator, and I had to bring in a vacuum chest. I forgot about that. And hopefully things will work with this. I've got 2 recipes stored. These are 2 recipes we're going to need a lot of. So I have those stored. And I did a couple of things to hopefully fix some problems. But real quick, this is all I have for the blacker lotuses. So what we have is another one of those pentometers, or potentometers, or however you want to say it, next to a comparator in subtraction mode. This has a value of, I believe, 7 or 8. Which makes this redstone go down. Basically, I want this system to activate when it's half, when the mana pool is half full. So that's why I have it like I do. We're gonna change this lens because it goes really slow. Otherwise, we upgrade the mana spreader, which might not be a bad idea either. I realize Gaia Spirit ingots are not gonna be a problem to get anymore, so we could probably use. I killed a sheep, by the way, doing some testing on something I will show off in a second. I'll have to kill the Gaia Guardian again if I want to get any more Gaia Spirits, I guess is what they're called. So yeah, one of the big problems I was having, so hopefully this system works well enough. We have the cable going here, that's all that's doing. I had to lift this up one because it wasn't actually dropping things. There does need to be a space, and yeah, so we might need to upgrade the spreader. I'm going to try doing different lenses and see if that helps. But one of the big things I noticed was the item conduits are too fast for both the living rock as well as the items, so I added in a couple of speed downgrades to both the chest and the interface, so hopefully that will help. It'll only send 1 item at a time instead of up to 4, so hopefully the blocking mode will not send anything, and by the time this sends something, the redstone will activate. That's the hope. And then the other thing was just to make sure that the vacuum chest stays on only after everything is done. I have the vacuum chest. It's not going to pick up living rock or blacker lotuses, so it shouldn't. And then it's also active with signal. So I have it on. I do not have it on the right color. That would be good. So we're going to put it on green. And that way, it will only activate when we're to the point with the autonomous activator, which that's why I had to bring the solar panel in. So hopefully that will work the way I want it to, where this will only activate when it's dropping the living rock and then popping off the items. And that's why I have this repeater, just so that this has a little bit longer to pick up the items. Hopefully that's enough time. If not, I will fiddle with that. We'll see as we go. But yeah, this is a pretty simple system. When this gets half full, the comparator will output a 0 signal, turning this on, which I realize I think... hold up. Yeah, I need another piece of redstone. Whoops. Forgot about that. So hopefully that will work. Redstone. And I realize it won't the way I want it to, because that's going to go into the hopper. So instead of doing it like that, where right now if I break that, it's going to start dropping the lotuses. So we can probably do something like this to that. And now if we put the lotuses back, which we can do that in here, if we break this, okay, that will work. So that's what I want. Okay, so small changes. Make sure everything's lit up down here. That is always important. So hopefully this entire system works. That is the idea anyways. And Like I said, we will replace the lens. We'll do that in a moment. But my inventory is really full because I have some really good news. I figured out a way to do the Pure Daisies very, very efficiently. And strangely enough, it comes from Magneticraft. So the problem with this mod pack is if we look at, we'll get the lenses in the later. If we look at block breakers, now I looked at all of them. The Mind Factory Reloaded will always break. So I made all of the block breakers that are here. There's 4 of them. There is Project Red, Open Blocks, Mind Factory Reloaded, and Magneticraft. So the block breakers from Open Blocks and Project Red are very, very similar. The biggest difference between the two is noise, but they require a redstone signal to activate. No filters possible. The block breaker from Mind Factory Reloaded also requires a redstone signal if we want to deactivate it. So this one's always on. It will break whatever's in front of it always. So it's a little bit better if we wanted to constantly break, but we want to selectively break. No filters though. However, the block breakers from Magneticraft do have filters. So that is the best case scenario for us. Now, that's what we're going to use. Now, the problem with that is we need to turn RF into electricity, which luckily it's the RF alternator. This was really easy to make. It's just some constantan carbides, LV capacitor, pretty straightforward, pretty simple. I made that. I hope you guys don't mind. The block breakers themselves were machine housings, which you guys have seen that before, and then a diamond drill, which is just some iron in it, and a diamond. So pretty straightforward as well, and we could duplicate it. Now, the other end of the spectrum is the block placers. This is going to require us to, there's only 3, and once again, ideally with the block placers, they're always active. They will always try to put a block into the spot whenever they get one. So the block placers from both Project Red and Open Blocks aren't going to work. They need a redstone signal to activate. However, they are free RF-wise. That is the bad thing about the Mind Factory Reloaded ones. They require RF to use, but this one does place the blocks constantly. So that's what we're going to use. The question now is, how do we set it up? So let's go grab an interface. So we're going to grab an interface, and we're going to need a chest. So we can do the normal stuff. We're probably going to want more conduits. Both types might be a good idea. And yeah, so where do we have, yeah, if we could put something around here-ish. Does that look good? That doesn't look bad. But see, we're gonna have blocks here. So why don't we do something here? Just do a conduit there. Perfect. So we'll put the chest I guess there for right now. And that there. Actually, let's just go ahead and hook it up to the system. Why not? And actually, we'll put the chest on top of it. I think that'll be the best course of action. So we have Applied Energistics set up. And I will come back through and put stuff where it needs to go. I think I do want to raise this up one. And I want it on the edge just because I don't want to have to, like... It'll be ugly if it's not. Actually, you know what? What if we put it somewhere around in here? So we'll raise this up to like 3. And I'll clean the cables up later. But for right now, we'll just get solar panel like so. And that is going to give us our power. And we can just get rid of those. Oops. Oh man. Okay, so that should be everything we need with the power. Make sure F7's still happy. I don't want creepers spawning on us down here, blowing up everything and all that kind of fun stuff. So, at least I think F7 was... Oh, it was already on. Okay. So we have power, and this is going to be going into the RF alternator, which I think we'll put it like... Oh, man, this thing is kind of annoying to place. So if we do this like this way, this will get our electricity. And I don't know if it can use the high voltage. It cannot. It can only use the low voltage. The only problem with these block breakers are they are slow. Let's see if we can get medium voltage. Medium voltage cables. Let's go ahead and duplicate those. As you can see, I have a lot of different cables. We'll put those in there. I don't know if the medium voltage will work or not. And the block placers, nope. We could use transformers. I don't know if we're going to. We'll see. I don't really know much about this mod. I'll be perfectly honest. So, okay, here is where we're going to come into the issue. We need to place 32 block placers, and can we direct these downward? Let's find out. So this one is like so. If we could... No. Oh, that's annoying. Well then, that is an issue. That is an actual issue. Because what's going to happen is we can put blocks in most of these places with little challenge, but if we want to do... Actually, hold on. Alright, we're going to be a little bit less efficient. Which direction do we want to go? Alright, let's pick these guys up. Because what we're going to do is we're going to be less efficient, but it's okay because it's automatic. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No. Let's go here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We'll put lights over here for right now. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14-ish. So if we have Pure Daisies here, here, oops, there, and there, and get rid of those two. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 blocks. And then we can mirror it on this side. And we'll just put some torches like so, just so everything's well lit. And yeah, that should work out just fine. So what we'll have, let's get these block placers, is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So instead of having the full like half a stack, we're only going to have 24, but that's okay. So these will place whatever blocks we put in front of them. So if we put a jungle wood, once it has power, I should say, it doesn't matter. It'll just place them. So let's get rid of all this other stuff. We don't need the block placers anymore, medium voltage, or any of that stuff. So we're only going to need 2 of these block breakers, which is actually really cool. So what direction do they face? They face away from you. All right, we'll do this, and that's literally all we need. And this is automated once we hook it up to power and all that. So these things, we can turn the signal off, on, all that kind of stuff. We can filter them with a whitelist. So we want living wood and living rock. Living wood and living rock filtered. And they will break up to 16 blocks in front of them. That is the nice thing about them. So if we take a look at the block breaker, it has a nice little tooltip. It breaks up to 16 blocks in a straight line. So it'll break all of these. So regardless of how we were going to set it up, if these could have faced downwards, we would have gotten the full 32. And we would only needed like 6 or 8 of these in total. So either way, it's not too bad. We just need to get these guys hooked up to power. And whitelist. Does the whitelist go over here? I'm not entirely sure. So let's find out. If these guys are whitelisted, it tried to break this, I think, but didn't have anywhere to put it, I guess. I don't know. I'm still kind of figuring these guys out, but yeah, the whitelist seems to disappear. So if we put jungle wood, it's not going to break it. And then we'll need some item conduits. And this will be extract on brown, always active. I like doing other colors just because it'll be more convenient. And then we can just run this along like so. And yeah, basically we have automated stuff now. So let's go grab a card thing. Actually, before anything, we'll see if that does anything. And I guess let's, for the time being, put this insert on brown. So if this breaks anything, we'll see it in there. Two things we're going to need to do. We're going to need to teach the system that living rock is made from stone, and living wood is made from ore dictionaried wood. We don't need the filters. Don't need those block placers. And don't need any more of those. Or that. Or that. Okay. Cool. So at this point, all we need to do is grab a... What is it called? There is a thing from Ender.io that does the copy pasting. I can never remember. It's not the... Oh my gosh. I can't remember what it's called, so I'm just going to go look for it because it's down here. There it is. Conduit probe. That's what it's called. So we're just going to grab a conduit probe because it's going to be easier. And we have living wood. Are you going to break it? Okay, so that is an actual... Why is the... Something is weird with this. And... Can we blacklist wood? Would those stay? Maybe that'll be better. We'll blacklist wood and stone. So as long as we use... So now if we put wood there... Nope. Huh. Ignore signals. I don't know why... I don't know why the filter is not working. That is strange. It seems like anytime we go out of the menu, it just disappears. So I'm going to look into that. But in the meantime, we just need to do something on this. Insert. Copy. Paste. And then all we need to do for the rest of this is, well, just get this all taken care of like so. I'll go ahead and put those in there. This is going to be extract on green, always active, round robin enabled. That is important, just so we get a little bit more efficiency. And that should be good. So then the only other thing to do is to just drop this down, disable that, and insert on brown. So theoretically that should work, but we need to figure out the filters. I will look into that between episodes, but we should have enough stuff. Let's go ahead and request 2 gluttony runes. So let's do 3. Can we do 3? No. I'll need to teach you how to make fire runes and all that kind of stuff. I'll probably make just a handful of fire runes and the winter runes and then call it from there, because it doesn't actually use up the runes. So we can only make 2 at a time right now because of the runes. But let's turn our stuff off. And that did not work how I wanted it to. Hold on. Extract active without signal. But where are... Extract on green without signal. And it's slowed down, so it's not getting a signal, I guess? And that's still too fast. I really wish I had counting upgrades, but I am going to fiddle with this system. It seems to work everything else. Uh-oh. Feedback loop? Feedback loop. Dang it. That's not good. So I guess, I guess if we just turn this to brown and turn this one to brown, problem would be solved. So I don't know why this one is not getting, so strong signal with red. Strong signal with red. So if we put, let's go ahead and I guess request another gluttony. Cancel, cancel. It's gonna keep trying to make, let's get 2 more gluttony runes, I guess. Yeah, it's putting them all there. It should not be doing that. So evidently the signal isn't getting there quite quickly enough. And I don't think... Yeah, it's dropping like 4. And why aren't you activating? This is strange. It should have activated. Not sneaking. It wasn't getting a redstone signal, I guess? And then the winter rune is already back on there. This is a mess. Alright, so I'll tell you guys what. Let's go ahead and end the episode off here. We tried our first attempt. I'm going to see if I can get this to work a little bit better. a little bit more consistently, and then figure out what is going on with the filters of these guys. Because, yeah, it'd be nice if it would actually do stuff the way I want it to. But, yeah, these filters just don't seem to want to work. So I'll have to fix that, and like it would be fine if it just doesn't stay. It's so weird. So I'm gonna look into that and see what I can do about that. So other than that, we're going to continue working towards I'm probably gonna work between episodes getting a ton of whatever we can with the Infinity Catalyst, because if we can, I'd like to make a block of Infinity Ingots and see if that is animatable. If we can animate it or not. So if we can, this mod pack is broken, but I have a funny feeling we can't. And that's what we're going to see, and we're going to find out. So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I'm going to get to work fixing these systems, and I'll bring you guys back in next episode and tell you kind of what I did. So I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!